Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to episode 3, season 2 of the Prosperous Yogini Podcast. Not doing too bad on this counting front. I'm still going to be at some point. I've completely lost count. Who cares? All I know is I'm into my 3rd year for showing up for you guys every week. So, all my regular listeners out there, please share the love, share this podcast with anyone you know that will benefit from my pearls of wisdom. As you know, things are shifting slightly. There's still all the wonderful advice out there for yoga teachers, but my mission is bigger. My mission is bolder. I'm going to help as many women, as many female service-based entrepreneurs that I can do what lights them up, share their gifts with the world, and make money. That is my bigger mission. And you'll see now as we move into season 2, that advice will be for a wider audience, although all that epic advice for yoga teachers is still very much here in the podcast, because I am still a yoga teacher and a yoga teacher trainer and working day in, day out with yoga teachers. So I get you guys and I get the yoga industry, but I also get what it's like to be a female service-based entrepreneur. I'm getting off topic, but I'm going to roll with it. I will get on to today's topic in a moment. But I had a brilliant day on Tuesday. It's not a networking event, that was the wrong type of word, but it was like a free training event run by a company based within Cornwall called Unlocking Potential that support Cornish businesses. So it was networking, it was free training. But the guy who was speaking, Jimmy's Iced Coffee, very much from a product-based business. And one of the things that we could do for this networking event was bring our products. And of course, I was like, I am the product. That has resonated with me so much. I'm going to do a podcast on this topic. But when you are the product in your business, when you are providing the services, this is I get how hard this is, because from a female perspective, we feel like, and we are to some extent, selling ourselves, selling our services. We're needing to show our face. We're needing to say who we are. So there's that energetic resonance for people that do want to work with us. And trust me, there is someone for everyone. Your tribe is out there. But it's just so much harder to do that than to have a product that you can hide behind. Anyway, that's a podcast topic for another day. And I'm brewing, like, seriously, the best program ever for all you soul-led entrepreneurs out there. And that thing I said it to my friend who does have a brilliant product-based business, and we were going to this event together and we were just talking about this, and it literally just came out the blue. I was like, but I am the product. I was like, I'm going to sit at the product table. But we were laughing, but I can't leave that thought that when we are yoga teacher, Pilates teacher, Reiki therapist, massage therapist, coach, whatever the service it is that we are, sharing with the world, however we are sharing that, whether that's one-to-one, in person, online, it doesn't matter. We are the product in our business. And that makes it a whole different mind game when it comes to marketing, talking to people, telling people who we are and how we can help them, selling. Do you want to buy into me? Do you want to buy my stuff? Very different to, hey, I've got this great product. I may have created it, but it's got nothing to do with what I, tie into what I believe in terms of my self-worth and what I'm good at. Topic for another day. But I am definitely here for helping all of you female service entrepreneurs who are the product in our businesses, eh? Okay, so second distraction, but this is a planned one. Before I dive into today's podcast topic, if you are listening to this podcast in, I'm going to say real time in inverted commas, like if you listen to it as soon as it comes out and you catch it over the weekend, you listen to this podcast before the 2nd of July 2024, 8 p.m, then I really do invite you to come and join my new 30-day online group program. It's called Ideas to Action. It's only 30 days. It's only £139 or 4 payments of £49. I've purposely made it short, actionable, and affordable, okay? Because I really am here for all of you. which is why I turn up for free every week on my podcast. And if you haven't already joined my Substack, that's free as well. And I turn up every week on that. I'll put the link into the show notes. But this 30-day online group program, I'm so excited about it, because once you learn how to take an idea, and today's topic on our podcast is all about what is an idea, how do I receive them, and what do I do if I've got too many, and what do I do if the ideas are not flowing and I feel like they should. So that's today's topic on our podcast, but it really does link into this new 30-day group program that I've got. So in the 30 days, we will be basically looking at how you take this idea, this thing that is tugging at your heartstrings, rattling at your brain, and you keep saying, I really want to do this. Okay. How we take it from that, which is basically an idea, an energy, something that exists in the unseen. How we take that into physical form. How do I create? And what actually is in the way? Because we'll say, well, I don't know how to. I don't know how to do this. And actually, you can Google how to do stuff. YouTube is the source of all information. And if it's still not working out for you, you can pay someone to do it, right? So you can get whatever it is done that you need to be done. What actually is in the way is the energy, your beautiful brain and your nervous system. And it is an 80-20. So you do have to work with your energy, look at your thought work, your self-limiting beliefs, look at when in your nervous system your responses that are stopping you from taking action and telling you you can't, you're not ready, you don't know how to, that's already been done already, what will people think of you, you know, you don't know enough to be doing this, who are you to be doing this, no one's going to buy it. Honestly, I could go on because it all comes up for me. How I navigate that through what I call thought work, and then how do I actually then take those practical steps? Like, and I can help you with both. Like, this is what I like to say my UPS is. It's like, you know, magical energy work with epic business advice. Like, I can help you with both. And it is literally an 80-20 balance for me. 80% energy mindset, 20% action. It was Denise Duffield Thomas. She's got some great books. Get Rich, Lucky Bitch is the one that I really love. And I think she once said, I think it was her that once said, like, mindset is everything. The rest can be Googled. And I was like, yeah, probably is. Anyway, so it's 30-day program divided into 4 weeks. Week 1 is how do we create? How do these thoughts become things? Week 2 is this thought work, how to navigate the noise of the mind stuff that, you know, basically is blocking these brilliant ideas and these things that are meant for you to coming into fruition. Week 3 is reverse engineering. So here's my idea, and then here's what I envisage right now the final destination to be, and what are those micro steps between where I am right now and that final destination that I'm envisaging. And the beauty of week 3 is you can submit your idea to me and I will give you personal feedback on it and personal steps. And then week 4, when basically you know exactly what it is you need to do, you've got to take the action, we actually dive into some nervous system work with breath work, meditation, restorative yoga, all of this stuff that doesn't actually have to take a lot of time, that you can use to support your actions. So please come on in. The links are in the show notes. I'm running it live for 30 days in July. I've got people that, and some of you have said, oh, I don't know if I've got an idea, or I have started this thing, but it's not working. Can I use it for this thing? Yeah. I've got people coming in that are right at the start of their business that are going to use it basically to, well, I've got these services, but I don't have a website and I don't have social media and I don't know how to tell people and get people to find me. So that's the idea there, all the way through to people with really established businesses that have got a new thing they want to do, and we'll be doing it there. So any stage of business, any idea is welcome. And even if you don't feel like you have a concrete idea, you'd be surprised what will come up. And once you learn this process, first of all, you can't unlearn it. And this is the process for everything that you want to call in and create. There's a supportive community group, so you can dive in and ask me questions at any time in there. And I'm doing 2 question sessions. So there's 2 opportunities over the 30 days to have your questions submitted and have me personally answer it. So for £195 or 4 payments of £49, it's an absolute bargain. And now is the time to come in. Few people are like, oh, I love the sound of it, but it's the summer and I've got lots going on. I hear you, but one of the reasons why I put it out right now in July is because one of the things that I have learned after 14 years of being in business is I know July and August in particular, if you've got kids as well, oh, it's summer holidays, summer energy, I'm busy, I haven't got time. And the kids go back to school, you hit September and you're like, what the beep? Why did I not do a little bit of like pre-planning preparation? So like this work now is going to pay huge dividends in the autumn. We are literally seed planting for the autumn. Not to mention, it's not a huge amount of work. There are 4 live calls, which you can catch up on the replay. They're going to be an hour long. You can listen to me. It's like an extra podcast. The question sessions, 2 question sessions are going to be pre-recorded. So they're extra podcasts. You can dive into the community whenever you want and ask for help. So it's completely flexible. And, you know, think of it a bit like it's your summer book. It's your summer course. It's your extra summer podcast. All right, so I'm going to stop ranting on about that course. Just join, basically. And if you listen to this podcast after the 2nd of July, and you think, God, I love the sound of that, drop me a DM, drop me an email or something, because it will exist. It will exist in another form in the not too distant future as well. Okay, so today's podcast episode is all about this idea. What is an idea? How do I receive ideas? What do I do if I've got too many? And what do I do if they're not flowing? So I think the thing with this is it's a bit like in terms of like if I take to the yoga tradition and we've got the chakra system, for example, we talk about the subtle energy and we talk about prana and nadis, or if we look to Chinese traditional medicine and we talk about qi and what is qi, and qi cannot be put into words. It just is. It is all that is around us. Well, what is all around me? What is this unseen? What is this source, universal energy? What is this thing that apparently interconnects us all? Okay, and this is the unseen energy that is literally all around us. And I like to think that ideas are literally just floating around in the unseen all around us. And I don't know if you've ever heard that phrase, there are no new ideas. I actually quite like this, that there are no new ideas, that we're often recycling ideas, maybe making them new in our own vision, but there are no new ideas. Because one of the things that stops us from taking action is, well, someone's already done that. Someone's already thought of that. And I was like, every Cola needs their Pepsi. It's one of the things, that's that Lucy Sheridan's mantra that I love so much. Or, you know, sometimes if you're like, that person's copying me, well, maybe that idea was available for them too, and they definitely will be doing it different to you. And if they're trying to exactly copy you, they're going to fail, because no one can do you except you. So, I mean, in that is those mindset stuff that comes up for a scarcity mindset. There's people already doing it. There's not enough for us all. And that's like fear-based mindset. Oh, they're copying me. They're trying to beat me. Like, there literally is room for us all. So an idea for me is an energy that the universe, source, wants us to pick up and take action on. So for us to pick up those ideas, we've got to be in the receiving mode to receive those ideas. And if we're rushing around, busy in our daily lives, like, I know you guys are, actually, they are those odd moments where we receive those it's a light bulb moment. You go, oh yeah. So think about for a moment where you get your light bulb moments. And sometimes they are when we're rushing around, like you've been in the queue for Sainsbury's and you're like, oh, that's such a good idea. You're driving down, you get that moment, oh, that's such a good idea. But generally speaking, we're in the receiving mode for these ideas when we're engaged in stiller activities, or engage in activities that allow the brainwave frequency to slow down, so we can get in tune with the frequency of the ideas that are around us. Who thought this was going to be about frequency and energy and physics? Ideas exist in the quantum field, in the unseen, and we as human beings bring them into the physical. That's what I believe. And I love that. I love it. So times that we might pick up ideas, I'll give you examples for me: when I'm walking the dog, when I'm surfing. So when I'm doing that out in nature, stuff that really fills my cup up. Uh, when I'm in the shower, I literally have this joke. It's a bit of a standing joke, but I just continue with that. My shower is like a portal to the universe, and when I step into the shower, it's my ensuite shower. I'm literally stepping into the portal of the universe, and if it's meant to be, or I will receive those ideas, receive my next steps. People often get them in dreams when they're drifting off to sleep and in that waking state, those early waking states. So if that's you, have a journal by your bed, and when if you're drifting off to sleep, you're like, going back to sleep, or again as you're waking up into the morning, just pay attention to those moments. And if you can remember your dreams, pay attention to your dreams. So an idea is just this energy that's floating around in the unseen, waiting for us human beings to pick it up and take action on it, if it's meant for us. Little caveat here, and this, I don't want to spill too much into human design because I'm not an expert on it, but I do thoroughly recommend that you go back. Can't remember what episode it is, but go back through into season 1, and I interview Finny on what is human design. And I think the human design types, so in fact, not I think, I know, receive ideas differently. So I'm a generator, and I am very good at picking up ideas. Some of them are meant for me, and some of them are meant for other people. So I'll always be like, I had this great idea for you, and I picked up this idea. Will it work for you? I'm always like handing out, I feel like I'm handing out new ideas, and very much that generator. And I think Finny told us, he was on a call with me last night, 70% of the population are generators. So we will receive ideas, and sometimes we pick up them accidentally. They're not meant for us, and some of them, they are absolutely meant for us. But we've got to be in that receptive mode. We've got to be, ready to pick them up. So ideas floating around, energy floating around us all the time. We've got to be in the right receptive mode to pick them up. The receptive mode is personal to you, where you receive your best ideas, and don't feel like, well, I've got to sit in quiet meditation to receive my best ideas. If you're like, I get my best ideas when I'm sprinting, I never sprint. I get my best ideas when I am, whatever that is. Let that be how you receive. Okay, I do truly believe that's really unique to you. So then we find ourselves, well, I find myself, let's just correct that. I assume you don't have the same problems that I have. I often find myself in a situation where I've got too many ideas. And actually, if I confess to you guys now, within where I am in my business, I've got my Amy yoga business, which is really established. But of course, I'm always getting ideas for that, and not necessarily like new ideas for new programs, but how I can deliver things differently, how I might mix things up next time. So, refreshment of those ideas. And then I've got my new business, my Amy Jones Mentor, my business mentoring for female service-based entrepreneurs, including yoga teachers, but that broader audience base of basically, I'm going to help women make money. And there's lots of new ideas for that. So I found myself a couple of times in the last few months, like acting on too many ideas all at once and not holding enough space. Well, me feeling like I'm not holding enough space for the old ideas to be nurtured and fostered, and also allowing there to be space for the new ideas to come through. So this bit of the podcast is for you guys who you are like, I have always got a new idea. Getting new ideas is not a problem. The problem is I have too many ideas. Okay. First of all, check out your human design type. I reckon you're probably a generator or a manifesting generator, right? So you are designed to generate, to receive, to pick up ideas and to respond to those ideas around you. Whether you're responding by you taking action on yourselves or passing them on to that person that they're meant for, that's very much, I think, one of the roles of a generator. So here's what I suggest you do. And this has come from years and years of having way too many ideas and sometimes finding myself in a situation where I said yes to too many things, and overwhelmed. So, and it's, look, 14 plus years in, guys. I have had a few moments like that in the last couple of months. So like we are all human, and we're also always learning. So have a book where you write these ideas down. So that initial, oh my God, that's a great idea, I've got to go home and I've got to create the sales page and start selling it to people like now, like this should have happened yesterday type energy. I like, okay, what do I need to do? Write that idea down. Okay, I'm going to do it this way and it's going to be amazing. Write that idea down. You need to, this is what I said to myself, write this idea down, okay, and sit with it and keep coming back to it. And one or two things will happen. You will, over a period of time, go, why did I think that was a good idea? Like that, I don't want to do that. Why was I so excited about that thing? I'm just gonna let that go back into the quantum, let that go back into the unseen. I picked up something that wasn't meant for me. Okay. Or you continue to revisit this idea and you continue to feel excited about it. It starts to gnaw away at your heart and rattle around in your brain. You might begin to get more clarity on what it is and how you're going to deliver it. You need to join my Ideas to Action 30-day group program, by the way. But that is an idea at some point you need to act on. And I'm going to underline, at some point you need to act on. Because if you imagine you have a bag, a satchel, and that might be your ideas bag, and you're like, okay, this is such a great idea, but right now my children are very young and I'm breastfeeding and I'm not sleeping and I can't take any more, so I'm going to put my idea into my satchel. It's there, it's mine. Or there might be other stuff going on, right? But you're able to hold that idea for a time in your life when you're ready for it, and stop putting yourself under pressure for it all to come into fruition now. So that's for you guys. If you've received too many ideas, write them down, sit with them, let the ones go that stop making you feel excited, the ones that you are excited about, put them into your idea satchel for when you're ready to act on them. And it might be now, okay? And it might be actually right now, I'm delivering this, I've got this going on, but this is something I'm going to act on in October, and put it in your diary. Because the only thing I just want to caveat is, you're not, well, I'm not ready and I'm going to put it in my satchel, okay? Is it that you're genuinely not ready, or is this the mindset work and I need to do Amy's 30-day Ideas to Action group program? So that's the useful advice for the too many ideas. I'm making up words here, but I'm going to roll with it. There is those times where the ideas aren't flowing. You feel like the creative juices have run dry, right? And I'm gonna think, I don't think my ideas ever run dry, but I've definitely had times where I'm like, maybe it's stuff that already exists in physical form that I've already been running, but I know I want to do it differently. I know I want to change it, but I don't know how and I don't know when. Okay, that's when I've learned the practice of waiting. So when you feel like, look, the idea isn't there, or I know I want to do something about this, like this, around this topic, but I don't know what yet. Okay, I'm going to wait and ask, because we've talked about ideas floating around and you being a receiver to them, but the other thing is magnetizing these ideas to you. So I know I'm meant to do this, and I've been like this for the last 18 months, 2 years. I know I'm meant to help beyond the scope of yoga teachers. I don't know how. I don't want to, scared to say it, because everyone knows me as Amy Yoga. And there's been so much behind the scenes of me waiting and asking for guidance and following the breadcrumbs and following the signs. So when you're in that state of, I don't know what to do, I've got this idea, but it's not fully formed, for example, or that is not there, I want you to be patient. I'm going to listen back to this podcast and follow my own advice for once. I want you to be patient. I want you to put yourself into the receiving mode, into the whole heap of trust that when I'm ready, I will know. That when I'm ready, the universe will let me know. Those ideas will come. And for whatever reason, they're not there yet. They're not there yet. It's not meant for me yet. And when I am, I will know. And that's really difficult. And I know, like, I've got a few friends who are like graphic designers, the creative roles. And that's a real challenge when you feel like, you know, your creativity is muted for whatever reason. It just be like you're connected to your cycles, you've not had a good night's sleep, whatever. You just feel like your creative energy is muted. Yet your job is to be creative and to create. That's really difficult, I know, for those of you that are creating to deadlines. But even within that deadline, is the deadline movable within this time frame that I've got? And right now the creative juices aren't flowing. Is it worth me trying to force it, or could I give myself a bit of time and come back, give myself some time, go and do that stuff that lights me up, and go for a walk, take a nap, look after my energy, and trust that when I am energetically lined up, that the ideas, the creative juices will start flowing again. All right, so like, this is just my take on it all, but it feels so right to me. It really resonates with me. Maybe you have a slightly different take on it. That's fine. It's whatever resonates for you. But I really hope that today's episode has helped you. Either way, if you're completely overwhelmed by all the ideas, which is more me, or if you have those moments of, oh, I just don't know. I don't know which way to go. Oh, do you know what? One of my favorite moments is in that I don't know which way to go. And I have like two things that I reassure myself with. What if I can't miss what's meant for me? Okay. And then in that, then it doesn't matter which way I go, because I can't miss what is meant for me. What if all directions, all routes are right? Like, there's like a million podcast episode topics in one today. So on that note, I'm going to one last time seriously invite you to my Ideas to Action group program. It's going to be phenomenal. 30 days, £195 or 4 payments of £49. Like, it's a no-brainer, guys. It's a no-brainer for 30 days of my support. And your autumn self will thank you. All right, my darlings, I'll see you all next week.